Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast from the host Imperial Dane, master of propaganda, hero of Reich, defender of the fatherland. Off here to an exciting 1 versus 1 on Minsk pocket here between Tofu and Aerohank. Aerohank here fighting for the Soviet Union for the 7th tank corps going up here versus, well, Tofu fighting for the Reich Deutschland, the German way, and the 3rd Panzergrenadier Division. Noting about an early support company there for Aerohank, following up with conscripts versus Tofu, who's just getting several grenadiers. Doctrine will be looking at Soviet Combined Arms Army, Terror Tactic, Advanced Warfare, Spearhead, Lightning War, and Close Air Support with a series of bullets with machine guns, anti-tank guns, and shock troopers here for Aerohank versus just infantry here for Tofu. Pioneers falling back there. Maximum on the way, of course. Note, already today out, as this episode of course is out, there is a new patch out. Of course, this is not displaying, of course, since I record, in advance to avoid either technical issues. For example, if YouTube decides to suddenly, be, well, rather slouchy about uploading ahead, so little thing there, of course, but still, I can talk about some of the details that are coming since the patch notes are, well, out the day before. And those will, in fact, they will, for example, include an increased line of sight here for the Pioneers, almost in fact for the same amount, in fact, the MD-42's range. So we can actually now use the Pioneers in conjunction with the MD-42s, for example, for more increased, well, line of sight, and thus get more out of your MD-42s. Got some sandbags here by going up, Maxim following up here, more consequences. Looks like Aerohank thus with the early support company is going for a slightly more conservative startup. We also got sandbags there, giving him a little cover. Other changes include actually a buff through the MD-42, giving a notably increase in, well, accuracy at further ranges, meaning it's going to be notably more lethal. For example, it gets twice as much DPS, for example, at its full range that it did previously, which should actually be quite a bit of a buff there for it. So in that regard, that should help out very much a bit there in the early game, and certainly give allied players, both Soviet and American, a bit of reason there to be a bit more careful about the MD-42 now, and should hopefully also mean less grenadier spam overall. So that should hopefully be a bit more interesting. Other changes include a small buff to the 221 Scout car. Panzerjets get actually a little less accuracy at full range, meaning you have to get a bit closer to them, and thus you actually have to expose the infantry a bit further in those cases. We got some aggressive harassment here by the way for Tofu, so far actually pushing ahead aggressively. Again, the fact here again that build order here that Aerohank went for, rather sacrifice a bit of capturing order and offensive power, allowing Tofu here to go ahead with a lot of grenadiers versus him. So of course that is a little thing of detail. They got Yuri there taking a loss though. Also some nerfs to Blitzkrieg for Panthers and Tigers, and even King Tigers, so little detail there. Not sure whether then keeping the ability if they're just going to, nerf it into where there's not really much point in using, in which case, they might as well replace, I would say, a heat round ability, or I don't know, a spearhead ability like the King Tiger gets at a certain point. I think that would work out a bit better, or just strikes me as a bit odd then to keep it. Of course, I'll be making more specific video, just sort of mentioning some of the stuff here. Alliance for guns, pack houses certainly get a bit of a buff there as well. Become useful, so the US half track. Anyways, also new maps indeed. Yes, new maps, including one I'm not fond of, Angerville getting back. Anyways, got Maximate constantly flying up in the Grenadiers here. They are using cover here, by the way, nicely laid out by Harrington, turn against Aerohank. Turn again, here without trouble. We got a mortar there on the way though. Soviet mortar. Ports there being secured. 4 Grenadiers still here for Tofu. Taking up there though. Taking up. Point there secured. So if he's not secured the victory point, he actually sacrificing victory points, sort of grab more other territory and thus gain more resources. In fact, he's got a huge chunk of munitions there already built up versus Aerohank. Could try to use it for something. Flamethrowers, mines, light machine guns now could for example also be an option there. Or if he chooses a lightning roll, he could pretty rapidly, I imagine, go for some G43s. Instead, we get a rifle grenade here, flying through there and landing right there without okay on the Maxim crew. Leaving numerous of them not in a very good condition there. Grenadiers here in a bit of a shooter there with several conscripts. Got more moving in though. Because we get the from there for Tofu's Truppen. Got some Grenadiers flanking in though. Nice job, nice job. We got a mortar there firing the 82mm mortar. Fighting continues here. Other country gets away, leaving the conscripts here to deal with the Grenadiers, but they are up close and they might just have the chance of wiping out. Then again, if they can't, no, they're quickly 2 dying there. And the Grenadiers were basically not losing some members at that point, rather meaning ultimately it's going to be to the Grenadiers' favour. But a nice mix of infantry and support weapons so far here for Aerohank, whereas Tofu's the one, you know, as the Germans who's not so far got any combined arms efforts up there, of course. With the patch out, hopefully that should change a bit up. Also, some other maps have received changes as well. So a little fun fact there. But a medic bunker up there, like to make a nice company. He could get some Panzer Grenadier or a half-track or a scout car. Grenadiers versus engineers. Point there secured. More conscious moving up there. No further troops so far though from Aerohank. And there we go, the Grenadiers were in the end forced away here by a combined effort from the engineers and the Maxim moving up here from the north before that hits a very swift retreat in. But nothing going on here otherwise for Tofu. Being forced back at the moment, losing territory. Of course, the Grenadiers really couldn't keep up the effort and rather lacks, well, any machine guns here, then hold the territory. And again, that's a bit the problem here with sort of, you know, a Grenadier spamish strategy. I mean, you're not going to be very good at actually holding territory for long. I mean, he's going to need something like, say, a half-track or a command bunker to at least help with that. But otherwise, you know, you really need something a bit heavier than that. We got a half-track on the way, that should certainly help a bit. But already Aerohank, of course, getting ready for the second push himself. And of course, with his larger squad, he can sort of maintain it for a longer period of time. In particular, since he's got support weapons there to support them, mortars and maxims for all sorts of nasty business. But there you go, Mittelschützenpanzerwagen here mobilized for Tofu. Ready to drive ahead. Transport some troops even, maybe. Point over here secured. Aerohank continues to push forwards. We've got a larger push going up here, the left flank. Several Grenadiers and the half-tracks are clearly Tofu intends to land a blow here, it would seem. While other forces seem to be sort of sneaking up here and here to sort of basically maybe act as a diversion, draw away attention from the actual push that's going to happen. And we've got demo charges up there, cheeky, and we've got mines up here. So Aerohank is spending, by the way, he's got combined arms army chosen. Now that's a bit rare to see, but certainly interesting. Grenadiers on the fire from the Maxim. Half-track there, leading the way with the Grenadiers following up on it, getting light machine gun themselves. Mortar rounds going down. Looks like he's abandoning the far left there to support that anyways. Sam Max going up there, troops moving ahead. We got the Maxim coming up the centre. Quick rifle here could do maybe the trick. Looks like he does not have the munitions for it actually. Not entirely sure why sending in the half-track there like that. It's not an assault vehicle, it's more of an assault support vehicle if you will. Grenadiers getting mortared. Mortar is moving up here. Looks like he shifted the attention towards the centre further. We got guards arriving here, probably in response to the half-track to sort of initially deal with it there with anti-tank rifles. Also noting they will actually get a buff to their anti-tank rifles, making them more accurate, and that's probably a bit more effective, for example, versus infantry. Though not a lot, still probably a bit better. Points here being secured. Mortar on the way. For Tofu to provide his infantry position, not entirely sure if that's needed, though then again, the way that Aerohank has dug in, of course, a mortar might be helpful here for Tofu. Then again, Panzer Grenadiers, then getting the Grenadiers with machine guns in it, alongside the Panzer Grenadiers, flank about, get behind them, could do a lot of damage on the other hand to Aerohank that way as well. But mortar is the way. Bunker going up here, so that's going to most likely be a machine gun bunker. Command bunker doesn't really strike me as sensible there. Though, of course, if you're careful, there we got guards moving up. Grenadiers flying back, the half-track, he's now... Oh no, hits a mine right there. Cheeky work there by Aerohank. Apparently did not catch any troops before that. Instead, caught a hapless half-track, leaving it very disabled. Konski's moving up to finish that one off. I don't think he's got a tank grenade to deal with it though. But not too far off there with the guardsmen are ready to move in and do the job. Instead, rather unfortunate there for Tofu. This Mittelschützenpanzerwagen never really managed smart, instead blew up, sending poor Heinz there flying into the underbrush. Another half-track on the way, so clearly that's a particular part here of Tofu's strategy that is interesting to note. And he is quick to replace it, More mines going off there, and there we go, the Pioneers were wiped out. Now all of a sudden Tofu is beginning to suffer heavy losses compared to Aerohank, who's, while suffered a bit, has not suffered entire units getting wiped out. And there we go, also got the DPs they upgraded for the guards riflemen. Still we got Tofu sort of striking at points left and right. He's doing his best to deny territory, resources and such to Aerohank at the moment. He could in fact right now I think consider taking up, going for some armour right now. A quick rush maybe for a flak panzer could prove to be quite helpful. Mortify there, landing down, shattering Boris like a twig. And Yuri as well. After we're up here, Grenadiers not really doing too well. Then again, they might be able to get it. We've got the Grenadiers flanking there. Good look. Nice little maneuver here by Tofu, though, striking for some points. Getting the mortar decrewed, actually. Maxim here, the Grenadiers have got mortar fire going down, but not quite. Actually, it's pinning down the mortar crew. Definitely making it a lot less effective here. Reducing the half-track, of course, to keep up the momentum, reinforce his troops and keep them fighting. No, he doesn't do it, actually. He moves the half-track away too soon there. Guards been there taking losses, Grenadiers they're forced away. It's not quite working out there. He should have kept up the movements here faster. If he'd done that, he probably could have pushed through. Instead, we lost the Grenadiers squad there. Instead, now Tofu's really beginning to bleed out. Not really looking good there. He needs to quickly turn this around. Now, while the idea of the assault was nice, the problem was the executing that particular part here was not quite up to scratch. Rather giving Aerohank a time to deal with the parts there, for example, up here. Rather than off, might get the Maxim if he pulls it off correctly. Half-track for support. Nothing further going on here. He could consider some replacement Panzer Grenadier instead of the Grenadiers. Could he get the Maxim? Could he get it? No, looks like he gets away there. Need to be careful there. There's demo charge hidden in the bush. Of course, Aerohank needs to be careful. He does set it off with his own mode, so that would be a bit awkward. Got additional guards right from there moving up for Aerohank. Further increasing his guards contingent here. But now we really got a large amount of territory here for Tofu. His tactics, how a floor teams have pulled off for the time being, and certainly given a hit. And again, ensure he doesn't have to constantly retreat the Grenadiers, which is certainly to the help here. But then again, he's moving them back towards the cover and unknowingly and unwittingly, of course, back towards the demo charge. Which means as soon as any attack comes in here and realises where the Germans are, those Grenadiers there, which are definitely, I think, currently his strongest element, going to get wiped out faster than you can say, wiped out. Nothing further going on in the base, no replacement Panzer Grenadier. I mean, right now, he could easily take up and I think go for some armour. And there we go, Grenadiers in fact ran straight into the demo charge, scoring a small victory there for Aerohank, breaking up the German defence. We've got more Grenadiers on the way to replace the losses. Mortar fire going down there to deal with them. There's still the machine gun bunker to cover the centre. Russian infantry rushing through. We've got some conscripts operating on the far left, but we've got the Grenadiers moving in to deal with them. We've got Pioneers with a Minesweeper, taking no chances like last time. Good job there for Tofu. Nothing further going for Aerohank, who's got plenty of resources himself, can easily, I think, afford to go maybe for some armour himself. I mean, a quick T-70 rush right now could also prove quite helpful for him. So both sides really have an option and some stakes, I think, in going for some armour as soon as possible. But so far there's no sign of that. In fact, Aerohank is currently upgrading all of his troops with Molotovs and other bits. And there we go, we got a large Soviet horde moving up there, ready to inflict some bodily harm upon the Grenadiers. And there we go, Grenadiers, a bit of trouble, country almost wiped out. And Grenadiers themselves are forced off the field. We're moving up here, advancing in support weapons, and yes, I think we're seeing something going up here. There's been a huge withdrawal in the fuel bank, and there we go. Tank over Tank Command going up here for Aerohank. Going to add in some armour there for him, that's good. Whereas for Tofu, there's nothing. In fact, there's not even an anti-tank weapon. He's actually got manpower and fuel to spare. He could easily, I think, at least then go for some Panzer Grenadier. Mortar fire going down here in the bunker. I think he's going to try and counter mortar it. Half-track marine as well, but he needs to get some Pioneers to work on repairing that, because it's not going to last longer. I mean, a few Guardsmen, for example, flanking it right now, could quickly wipe it out there. In fact, most of his forces are back in the base. He needs to get back to the front line rapidly here. And he's getting Panzer Grenadier. Good, good, but still need to get back here. Schnell. Mortar merely shifted, like going to bombard that bunker again. There we go. Machine gun bunker annihilated. One less obstacle there for Aerohank's advance. Grenadiers straight into Oman, losing half the team to high explosives. Aerohank continues to sort of move ahead here, slowly straightening, well, tightening his grip around Tofu's throat. And we got an MD-42 now also arriving here. An interesting decision to get it that late, but could certainly still be a good choice. We've got the Panzer going to be moving forwards. Nego assault going in here. Grenadiers with Pioneer support, they're firing away. Half track nearby, but not quite there to really help. CoH2 taking heavy losses, guards moving in. We got a mortar up here very much exposed. Max are moving in. MD42 there arriving now for Tofu's aid. Got the Panzer here. They could try and flank in here. Nego country squad almost wiped out. Almost. But the guards from here and the other guards are basically taking away the attention. Mortar fire going down here, forcing the German mortar away here. Not looking too good there. Of course, the Panzer was back to try and hit the Soviet mortar instead, if he's aware where it is. And of course, the Aerohank does retreat in time. Half tech took quite a bit of damage here from the guard rifle and the anti-tank rifles. The PTRSs. Not the most powerful Soviet anti-tank rifle, that was actually the PTRD, which was actually the semi-automatic, well actually the bold action variant. The PTRS was the semi-automatic anti-tank rifle. Thing is, with a semi-automatic weapon, you sacrifice a bit of firepower, sort of allow it to then work semi-automatically. So, little fun fact there. Maximum they're going to deal with the Panzer on their flank. But there you go, MD42 and lots of light machine guns there turning into the guardsmen. And a bundle grenade going off there, wiping out the entire Maxim team. Horrifying explosions. Leaving bits of bodies, Dimitri and Sasha all over the bushes. But there we go. Aerohank's got armor out, and Tofu's got pretty much only Panzerfaust at the moment to deal with it. That is definitely going to leave Tofu in a bit of an awkward situation. In fact, it's time here for the mid-game analysis. And Aerohank there went for his armor. That is good for him. You could of course follow up with maybe a T-7 to help deal with infantry, get more T-34s. A consideration would also be for him to get some fuel caches, but otherwise he should just be a bit careful with his T-34. Try not to get it completely wasted in a rush of armor intoxication, which can happen occasionally. You feel like, yes, I've got the first tank on the field, I'm going to win this, and then of course you do something really silly with it and you waste it. So of course, I mean, Aerohank rather has to hope he isn't caught up in that, and thus ends up wasting a valuable Soviet tank. For Tofu, the situation is, in a sense, a bit dire. He's been suffering a lot higher losses than Aerohank at the moment. He's got a nice check of the map, or had it, but now of course he's lost it. He didn't really take advantage of the chances he had to take up, and in fact he's got no anti-tank weapons preparing for the T-34 there. That's already barreling in towards him, so he's going to need to get a Pack 40 up soon. And at this point, I'm rather worrying he's just going to play for a Tiger tank. I mean, sure, he could give him a bit of punch there, but at the same time, before that, Aerohank could easily get out a lot more armor and preparations for a Tiger tank. In fact, he could be expecting, of course, and thus prepare even further for it. So in that regard, a Tiger tank does have the potential of having less impact here for Tofu than just having gone for some regular armor before that would have had. Plus, it's not exactly original, but then again, if excitement was the name of the game, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have called himself Tofu. Just a guess, anyways. So anyways, back here to the fight. Let's see what Tofu does in the face of this armored challenge. And there we go, Kennedy unit almost wiped out there. One high close shell there. Definitely turn them into paste. There we go, Kennedy unit wiped out. Another infantry loss there for Tofu. He's really suffering heavily here. That's the third Grenadier squad there wiped. And that's not really something you keep up, in particular with all the veterans and the light machine guns lost. And there's definitely going to be some question asked at Führer Command there about what's going on. Panzer's reinforcing, getting back there. He's got a Pilford Maxim here to help sort of port the front. T-34 rolling back there with a slightly damaged engine. Second Pioneer unit also gets minesweepers. I would figure maybe some flamethrowers. Looks like he's aiming for both the minesweepers. I mean, Pioneer unit with a flamethrower, one with a minesweeper tends to be a sort of good combo. But can't have everything as opposed to doing nothing. Still no doctrine bar there from Tofu. I mean, he's soon hitting in the 20-minute mark, which is generally where I'd recommend you have a sort of doctrine chosen. At that point, after that point, I just really feel there's no benefit, in fact, only a disadvantage just waiting longer for a doctrine. Pioneers, they're getting scorched. He is getting a Pack 40 finally. We've got the Maxim there, pointlessly firing away at the side of the Maxim. Only proving that the gunner isn't completely blind. Look, Heinz, I can hit the side of a tank! Yeah, good job. What do you want, a medal? Yes, please. Wrong army. Anyways, points there being secure. We got some air recons going in here from Aerohank. That's good. He's going to get a clear idea here then of the positioning, but also the attacking of Tofu. And that's certainly only going to further get the clear idea here, for Aerohank, that he's probably aiming for some higher or late game armor, in which case, of course, he knows what he needs to prepare to deal with it, though he's already got a field gun out himself. So in this regard, Aerohank is pretty much confident he's not going to get, say, hit by a surprise Panzer IV or some Stoops or Flak Panzer. Plus, of course, he even knows where Tofu now is strong on the battlefield, where it's not, so he can just sort of strike where he isn't. Panzer is getting absolutely overwhelmed here by 2 guardsmen squadron, but they note he's actually merging conscripts with them. Good job there. Quicker and cheaper replacements. Congratulations, you're now a Guards infantryman. Really? Yes. Do I get higher pay? No. Do I get benefits? No. What do I get? Slightly better gun. Pack 40 there holding up, troops reinforcing, getting ready. Yep, Pioneers staying up the right flank. T-34 definitely repairs. We've got the second T-34 on the way for Aerohank, adding more armour for him.
Yes, HMG here.
Most of the heavy equipment so far is actually back at Tofu's base getting repaired. They're all machine guns plus the Panzergrenadier, who are themselves veterans who won. Pioneers engaged by conscripts. Second T-34 on the way. Soon. And yeah, he pretty much there went for lightning wall. Aiming there for the Tiger tank. He could of course then throw maybe a Stuka close air support in case things get a bit hairy. T-34 not fully repaired. Wait, comrade. The engine is not completely fixed, plus I forgot my lunch. There you go, concentrating who lost there for the German mortar. Mortar correctly spot here, but the T-34 now is fully repaired. 3 sacrifices served there for the Reich needs to retreat. Schnell! Oh, the turbo's not, or something, but oh, there we go. Oh dear, mortar crew wiped out, Pack 40 sending up, finding that the T-34 doing a bit of damage. Tofu's definitely losing ground here. Pack 40 got off another shot, but that did not quite actually hit. If anything, quite the opposite, it missed. I mean, Tofu at this point is clearly playing for the Tiger, but already got several tanks here, and we got a field gun here, we've got several Guards infantrymen, which overall means while he might have everything super effective to counter it in one stroke, he can basically whittle it down if he plays his cards correctly and sort of deal with it that way. Plus afterward then turn his attention to the infantry pretty effortlessly as well. Pretty effortlessly as well. Pioneers versus Engineers here, both of them Minesweeper, but the Pioneers... Oh, there we go, nice flank here from the tanks. Knew where the pack more or less were pointed and then striking in there with the T-34, so then quickly pulling back there before the Pack 40 has chance of getting in a lot of shots. Nicely executed their assault, then once that part has gone off there, barraging from the north, and then Guardsman moves in from the side there. We got a Tiger though finally arriving here, the Tiger tank. Moves ahead there with its 88mm gun. Maximum crew wiped out. Guardsman there took one hell of a hit there, almost wiping out the entire unit. In fact, all of the conscripts in the unit actually killed with that shot. In an interesting development. But it's almost wiped out now. They're veteran fleet. Pack 40 there. He's calling it a bombing strike on the Pack 40. And he wiped out a nearby unit as well. The Grenadier there got caught. Good lord, that was some heavy losses right there for Tofu again. A devastating bombing strike there delivered by the Soviet Air Force. He's only going to hurt Tofu even further. He's down now just 1 Panzer squad, a 1 Grenadier squad, a Tiger and a half-track and a machine gun. Whereas Aerohank's got 3 conscripts, 2 Guardsmen, a field gun, mortar, Maxim, and 2 T-34s. There you go, Tiger taking heavy damage there from the field gun and the Guardsman who gets over a bit of damage. In fact, closing in on veterans in 3. Tiger's going to heavy repairs, is going to get both Pioneers working on that as soon as possible. I mean, the faster that has full health, the better. 3rd T-34 there on the way for Aerohank. Pioneers in a bit of trouble. Grenadiers getting ready. Is he actually sending that Tiger ahead and not, for example, retreating those Pioneers back to the base instead to get the repair? And he's sending the other Pioneers elsewhere. I mean, this is a really bad idea by Tofu. I mean, again, he's not focusing getting his Tiger, for example, as prepared as quickly as possible. He's splitting up the Pioneers, which again could, and then it is the one damage to deal with the Tiger. More importantly, he's sending a damaged Tiger along to the front line again. I mean, that's practically begging Aerohank to come and look for it to destroy it. I mean, this is overall a rather bad idea field there from Tofu. Very bad idea. Panzer Grenadier moving hit field gun opening up. And there we go. He even moved it up here to the point being pointed out to Aerohank where it was. Really poor tactical decision there. Really poor. In this case, though, he got lucky that the T-34 missed, but they go butting up, trying to get him to go. Shot went through the armor. Shot went through. Pioneers wiped out. This Tiger looks pretty much doomed. The only thing holding it together right now is the thickness of its frontal armor. Shot bounced off again. Got to get this wing up to the Panzerfaust. Damaged it. T-34 almost down. Can he get it? Can he get it? Oh, main gun got destroyed on the Tiger. Main gun got destroyed. Where the other T-34 seems to be finally moving now. Oh dear, oh dear. Panzerfaust off, another Panzerfaust. The T-34's down. The Tiger's still functional in a sense. He can get away. Maybe. Getting another Pack 40 courses. The other one was lost there in the bombing strike. And they're close to getting wiped out. They need to get away as well. Tiger driver desperately tries to gas up the Tiger as much as possible. So close though to veteran to one and Blitzkrieg. Had he had that, he probably could have escaped. And then just as it arrives at the entrance to its own base, the T-34 knocks it out. That was really a poor decision by Tofu. Absolutely poor. I mean, he had both Pioneer units close to it. It wouldn't have taken long to repair it with 2 Pioneers and back in the fight even. So there's no good reason there for Tofu to just basically rush that Tiger ahead in that condition with no support. That was basically begging for Aerohank to just destroy it. Now Tofu's really placed himself in a bad position. I mean, he can get another Tiger, but I mean, Aerohank's really got a strong dominating presence on the field. He's got more tanks, infantry, support weapons here than Tofu. I mean, Tofu's really not got a lot left. I mean, he's gotten some Panzerschrecks now, but that's a bit too late here to turn the tide, and he might overall been better setting up the ammunition for, say, a well-placed Duke of close air support than drawing in the tanks. And overall, not really looking too good there for Tofu at the moment. He has dug his own grave, I might argue. So unless he pulls off some kind of miracle, or Aerohank pulls off the opposite of a miracle, that he's a complete disaster, I would say, you know, this is rather looking to be Aerohank's game. I mean, it could happen, you know. I mean, with another Tiger, there's a small chance somehow things mess up or Aerohank commits a mistake. I mean, Tofu has displayed some tactical strength, but it's not really looking too likely anymore. Not the way he wasted that Tiger. I mean, that was really an absolutely disastrous choice. And I really have no idea of understanding why he did that. The T-34 they're hanging about. Port secured. Mines going up there to cover the flank. I feel it's a bit late there for Tofu to begin laying down mines, to be honest. Air reconnaissance is going off there. He's of course going to realise there's going to be an assault up here. And likely be taking measures to sort of try and flank it. Of course, the question is, how will Tofu actually sort of pull this off? I mean, he's not got a lot of forces left. He's setting up for a Tiger. And he's facing off versus 3 T-34s. And a field gun, several guardsmen, several conscripts, maximum mortars and whatnot. Mines going up there. We're actually seeing Aerohank here striking at his opponent's base. Nice job there. He realised, oh, well, the entire army is away from the base. I might as well strike at the base and harass him there. I mean, that's definitely a beautiful way of doing things there. Nicely done there by Aerohank. We've got a Tiger here running for Tofu now, the second one. Infantry company back there to get knocked out. He doesn't even care about the Tiger enough there to sort of deal with it. There we go. Shot one through the Tiger, but there going Infantry company down. No further grenadiers there for Tofu. Tiger rolls away. But so do the T-34s. Looks like he's going to send the Tiger up the flank, but with no, well, very little infantry support and certainly no machine gun support because it's all the way down there. Not entirely sure what he's intending to do with this half track either here. He's not actually used it for transporting at all. Oh no! I think this is more happened than anything. He's actually building another light mechanized company. Oh, poor Tofu. I mean, you're not used to having to build another infantry company, so just by reflex, he's just... I'm not in touch with his intention. He's just building another light mechanized company. Oh, the rubbish luck. Yeah, there we go. Now he's building the infantry company afterwards, I imagine, having realised his mistake there. No, apparently not. Oh dear. That's just unfortunate. That's an honest mistake, I guess. Fear gun ready, guardsman ready. Tofu seems less as clear here. He's fumbling about with the Tiger. Field gun firing. Need to turn that Tiger about. MD-42 they're being hunted down by T-34. Losses inflicted. Scout car on the way now for Tofu. A interesting decision. Oh no, the tail mine went off without doing any damage. That's a really annoying bug. That's certainly not his fault. But here, Constance might get off now to tank right there, and nope, they do not. But there you go, T-34's going to be flanking in. Molotov off on the Panzergrenadier. And there you go, they're about to get wiped out there. Looks like they're going to use out in the open. Got the 221 somewhere. Oh, there it is. Tiger falls back. And there you go, Tofu surrenders. Game over. A loss to Germany. A victory to the Soviet Union. Again, it's a very not well, most interesting, but still an aggressive strategy there. To a certain extent, that worked well. But the problem for Tofu was, in part again, he just suffered too many losses too rapidly. And then, of course, the decision to basically just skip, to, you know, playing for Tigers. And again, that's a bit of risk coming in, particularly if your opponent actually goes for armor. And meanwhile, that guy, you know, Aerohank was able to sort of exquisitely exploit things. And then Tofu made that huge tactical blunder with the first Tiger, not repairing it, seeing it, and getting knocked out. I mean, that was really a terrible decision right there by Tofu. And that was ultimately basically the thing that really cost him the game. Until then, he probably had a chance of getting back, but with the loss of that Tiger, it was pretty much all down the drain. So again, you know, be very careful about just playing for a Tiger. Be sure to have a proper game, you know, try sort of to play out with things. If you really are going for it, get some fuel caches up or something else. When really not something I'd recommend. Get out some armor before that, just even a single Panzer IV, or some Stugs before playing for a Tiger. But a very nicely played there by Aerohank. Good use of support weapons, good use of sandbags, demo charges, good use of guards, rifle, infantry, and his tanks. Overall, very well played there by Aerohank. So thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone. If not, you know, send me provide some feedback in the comments. And of course, look forward to tomorrow where I'll be putting up some episodes with the new patch. Certainly looking forward to that myself. I'm going to get some new and exciting stuff through there. So, see you all tomorrow then. Cheers.